Eurofighter Typhoon, Lehuzas Negras is a DCS mod that you can download for free on January 1st of 2022. The mod includes almost an entire simulation of the Eurofighter Typhoon, a faithful 3D exterior model, a custom and clickable cockpit, a static flight model, a custom HUD and HMD, and new and amazing weapons with which you can perform multi-role missions. DCS is known for being a highly realistic simulation, with manuals covering hundreds of pages. Therefore, we have tried to recreate the aircraft cockpit procedures as realistic as possible, such as the startup and the shutdown. Here are all the things that you should know about the Eurofighter Typhoon by Lehuzas Negras.
Now we are going. Hi everyone, I'm EvilASV. I'm one of the main developers of this mod. So today we are making questions and some answers about this mod. First of all, I will start reading some of the most common questions that has been made during the entire development of this mod. So please stay here. Listen to the most common question, and you can ask anything in the chat, and later I will try to answer them. What you can see right now is I'm in DCS with the mod, so I can show you anything that you want. So let's get started. The first question is, who are we? Does this plane have anything to do with Hitler or TrueGrid? The answer is not at all. This mod started to be developed more than 2 years ago as a personal project to join the DCS model community. Its developers as the name indicates, belong to the virtual squadron Lehuzas Negras. Currently, we are only 3 people working on this project. The developers are Gonzalo de Santana, the main developer, my good friend, Cockpit, a 3D artist, and me, EvilASV, 2D artist, and I have touched some code like the flight model. None of us are professionally dedicated to this. Gonzalo is studying to be a commercial pilot, and I'm studying aerospace engineering, and Cockpit is in high school. The second question is, what is needed for this mod? Well, the mod uses Flaming Cliff 3 avionics, so it is essentially to fly this mod to have the Flaming Cliff module in DCS. As we don't have an SDK, a software development kit to work in DCS, we work using the Flaming Cliff 3 bases. After studying it a lot, at the moment, this is the only way we have found to make this work. The third question, is the plane multi-role? Yes, it is. It is one of the main features of the Eurofighter. Being multi-role is part of the name of the Eurofighter. And so we try to replicate it, but when using a Flaming 3, it has certain limitations. We have both air-to-air and air-to-ground armament, but we have to use the Sukhoi 33 bases, and this limits our air-to-ground weapons. In this case, we only have anti-radiation weapons like HARM or the Alarm, and CCIP and CCRP bombs. The fourth question is, what are the screens that we can see in the aircraft? Well, let me change to the cockpit view and turn on the batteries. So here, these are the main screens of the Eurofighter. On the plane, we can see 3 screens. On the left screen is our custom radar that we are still working with. This radar is not yet functional. It only has a range of 13 nautical miles and is not capable of guiding Fox 3 missiles. Therefore, we use the base radar of the Sukhoi 33C. In the central screen is the main screen of the Sukhoi 33 with the map in nav mode. And you can see here the waypoints. Also here you can change, as you can see, it depends in the mode that you are. And at the right, we can see the DAS, DASS, Defensive Aid Subsystem, is basically the defense system of the Eurofighter. Mm, at the moment, it's like an RWR. It actually works only with air-to-air targets of the default DCS. This is still under investigation, but it's functional. It works. It tells you when you have been shooted, when you are being locked, and which aircraft is looking to you. How do you know all the Eurofighter information? Can I trust this mod? This is a good question. As far as we can tell, this mod is quite realistic. We have a personal contact with Eurofighter pilots and mechanics in the Spanish Air Force. We also have a lot of official documents about the aircraft. And after a long time of research, we have a very complete picture of the aircraft. We ourselves have seen the cockpit of an Eurofighter, its engine disassembled, and we even have in our homes some flares and some part uses from the aircraft, from the real aircraft. The next question is there a manual for this mod? Yes, this mod comes with a complete manual with all the information regarding the aircraft that is necessary for the use in DCS. Also, we are in contact, as you already know, with YouTube content creators like Growly Cider Winder to bring you content of this aircraft. Another question is, does it break the integrity check? This is a really good question for a mod. No, this mod is not a mod that breaks the integrity check. This mod is hosted at the Safe Games at the Safe Games directory, so it doesn't break the integrity check. You can use it in public servers. There are ways to make these mods not a requirement to enter servers, so we highly encourage you to use this in public servers because it's a very capable aircraft and very leveled aircraft according to the current public servers. 8th question is, what new weapons does this mod brings? Well, our mod brings the Iris-T and as a Fox DOS and the AIM 132. Also, as a Fox 3, we bring the legendary METEOR with full capabilities as the real missile. The only limitation of the missile is the aircraft radar, since this missile has a range of 80 nautical miles. What else does this mod brings? Well, this mod uses the Sukhoi Su-30C as a base, so this give us a lot of things to work with, like the autopilot with the auto landing, waypoint navigation system, the electro-optical sensor as a simulation of the pilot of the Eurofighter, and HMD, which we have customized to be like the real one. Here I can show you our HMD, helmet mountain display, which we have customized, as I said, and more content that I forget to name. And one of the last common question is this mod going to be free? Absolutely yes. This mod tries to bring to DCS community a competent mod to bring to the modder community one more base of work. With this mod, we want to inspire new modders and encourage existing modders to work together on mods. Throughout this project, we have worked with developers like Greenelli Designs, developers of the A4, and with the team of the Gripen, etc. And we all agree on the end that more is better, so we want to share this with everyone with full access. We are committed to our users and the community, delivering one of the most exciting simulations and making her dreams come true. A lot of people want this aircraft. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the skies. Now, I will try to answer your questions in the chat. Let me read. Doki, to clarify, the RWR currently does not detect ground-based radar. I may have missed it. Yes, actually, this only can detect air-to-air targets like, for example, a Sukhoi 27 or whatever is in DCS, but not air-to-ground targets. For the moment, we are currently working on this, but for air-to-air it works. Also, if you are being shooted, the plane will also alert you. You won't see in the RWR the symbology of as enemy SAM, but it will work as a normal Sukhoi because, as I said, we are using the base of the Sukhoi the Sukhoi 33. Aviation gaming. So it's not required to by all to use on a public servers. Well, there if you create a mission with a mod, to join this server you will need the mod, but there's a way that you can access to the mission and delete a line there's a line that says requires mod for this mission, and you can delete this line of code, and then everyone can join this server without the mod. These are some advantages of mod like this mod that is in the safe game directory. Oibaf, how did you learn how to create this? There is so little information about modding in DCS out there, I find. Well, there's a good question, but maybe I'm not the one to answer this because the main developer, as I said, is my good friend Gonzalo de Santana, that currently cannot be here today. But we started this project 2 years ago, maybe more. So it has been a long time of studying and learning, try after try, how this works. So Gonzalo makes a lot of research in this to finally get to this point. We learn from the best modders such as Bindog, Greenery, this kind of modders. We try to follow their instructions with their mods. The mods to modding in DCS, you need to know .lua, and also you need the 3D, the textures. You need a lot of work. So it has been really difficult. We can say that we all know about this because we wanted to study it, and we start this project. And try after try, we come to this point. If that makes sense for you. Aviation, okay, good. Sounds easy enough. Thank you. Thanks to you for being here. The CEO Alexandre, but are there public servers already accepting mods like this and the Gripen? There aren't actually, but they can use this. It's a thing that we want to tell to everyone that, hey, you can open a mission in your computer in some kind of like, for example, in Word if you want, or in Notes, you can open the mission document and delete a line that says require mods, and there if you delete this line and you save the mission document, when you launch the server with this mission loaded, everyone can join this server without having this mod. Mike, hi Mike. Also, Mike, I see you in a lot of my videos and you have commented a lot. Thanks for your support. Will there be a library template? Not, but actually we have some libraries that you can see here. We have from Spain el ala 11, el ala 14, from Germany, from Italy, from the United Kingdom, from the RAF, and also for Arabia Saudi. The main we have basically skins from the main the main developers of the Eurofighter project in real life, that are Italy, Germany, UK, and Spain. Give me a moment. I'm reading your questions. I really hope Eagle Dynamics will give you sandbox access sometime. We wish. Actually, as you may know, DCS is not quite working with the mods, so we have to make our own way. But here we are, and we have a really decent project. Will there be any libraries when released, or even paint kits? Paint kits, no. As I said, there won't be a template or a paint kit, but we will release with these libraries. Look, will paint template be released? Okay, it's the same question. The cockpit looked very good. How realistic is the flight mode? Where did you get your sources? What is the maximum sustained turn rate? Well, I can tell you actually the numbers of the flight mode because I don't remember that right now. But as I said, we studied this flight mode because basically we know the equations. I'm studying an aerospace engineering, and we know the dimensions and let's say the numbers of the structural parts of the Eurofighter. We have been in touch with the Eurofighter. We have been in a real cockpit of a Eurofighter, and we have talked with pilots, test pilots, with mechanics, and we get a lot of information, and the result is this. Also, we have to we have to know that in DCS is not a real simulation in flight terms, because in DCS, as you may know, there are aircraft that, for example, if you have been watching the last videos of Growly Sidewinder, you may see the F-22 or the Sukhoi 57, how they fly, but I'm not saying that they are doing a bad work with the development of this mod, absolutely no. I'm saying that also we have to take in mind that we are creating a flight model more not from the base, more like comparing it with other aircraft that are currently in the game. So for example, if I create a flight model with the real data of any kind of plane, like we start doing with the Eurofighter, you will see that, for example, it will be underperforming because the units of DCS that use are not the same as the real life, so you have to convert them. And also there are aircraft that are trying to create something like, for example, thrust vectoring. DCS doesn't have any kind of system for thrust vectoring, so they try to recreate this by other ways. So as I said, comparing the Eurofighter with, for example, the F-22 or the Sukhoi 57, this kind of high maneuverability aircraft is not precise. But talking about the numbers of the flight model, we are quite accurate, and talking about the power of this aircraft and the cruise speed, the maneuverability, we are quite close to a real result of a good simulation of the Eurofighter. We will also be working. Well, sorry, we're still working on the flight model. We will be working on the flight model always, because we know there's something that we can try to improve, but actually it really works well. Sorry for my English, as you may know, I'm Spanish. We are Spanish. I'm trying my best. If someone don't understand me, please say it. I'm trying. Let's keep reading. I see that. Mike, the IRIS-T short-range missile is supposed to be one of the best Fox-Do in the world, but in Growly Sidewinder videos is looking very underperforming. Will there be improvement in the future? Actually, Mike, it has been improved. In the videos of Growly Sidewinder, Growly has had been using one of the earliest version of our Fox 2 of the IRIS-T. So actually the IRIS-T is better than you have seen in his videos. We sent him a new version, but it was too late for those videos that are already uploaded. But actually, it's quite good, the IRIS-T, because the IRIS-T is a missile that is not, let's say, a head seeker in the way that he follows the hit. He actually has an eye that can identify the silhouette of a plane. So if you throw a flare, the missile will don't care about the flare. And also it's like a 99X more or less, talking about the high board capabilities. Any delays or January 1st? As I said, January 1st. We are currently, if I can tell you, we have currently some problems with the aircraft, but we know that we can fix them before the release, so don't worry. It will be 1st of January. Do we need something for this mod, Flaming Cliff 3? At the beginning of the stream, that was the third question. But yes, you need Flaming Cliff. Do we need to complete Flaming Cliff mod or a few planes like the F-14 or the Sukhoi 27? Actually, the base of this plane is a Sukhoi 33, but I think that you need the entire Flaming Cliff 3 package. Everyone saying that my English is really good. Thank you. So, if there isn't any other question, I will wait. I will perform the startup of the aircraft so you can see how it's actually the startup of the aircraft. I won't explain anything. When we launch, we will create videos about explaining all the buttons of the aircraft, about the startup procedures, etc. But actually, I'm going to recreate the startup just to make some time if any one of you have any kind of question. So batteries, the APU, sorry, here, boost pumps, voice, radio 1, radio 2, and meets, air drive in auto, ECS on, close the canopy. Further, don't worry. I don't mind to repeat anything. How is the sound? Sound break can make or break in immersion. Well, actually, the sounds are default from DCS. We are working to create custom sounds for the APU, but the sounds are the basis from DCS. We can change it, but I highly recommend you the work of Eco 19, Eco 19. Eco 19. He created the most powerful audio mod that you can find in DCS. That using the core, there's a lot of packets of his works, of his mods. I highly recommend you to download the core mod of Eco 19 that changes the basic sounds of DCS, and it sounds amazing. I actually use it for the trials and just for everything DCS. Now we have the APU. Well, the generators not right now. So this here and this thing here and right engine starting. Let's continue reading your questions. Have you been in contact with Eagle Dynamics? No. Well, the only contact that we have been with Eagle Dynamics is no one, because Eagle Dynamics doesn't care really about the mods. Also, as you may know, there's a Eurofighter that is actually currently being released. That is the Eurofighter from Hitler and Trugrid. This Eurofighter will be better than us in any point of view. But from the moment we know that this plane will take at least 2 years or 3 years to see anything, for the moment we have this mod, and this mod we had been working, as I said, for more than 2 years. We even didn't know about this is going to be a real thing, the True Grid Eurofighter. So we are not going to go back with this mod. We are full straight up with this mod. What are the future plans of the mod? Will be more custom weapons be added, like Tyrus, cruise missile, or storm shadows, air to ground missiles? Where we are, this is not our final product. We will be working and updating this mod. As I said, we will be working on more in the flight model to try to be more accurate, to add more buttons and more functionalities to the aircraft and the cockpit. Also, talking about the weapons, we will try to create more weapons and maybe an air to ground bombs, or as you say, the Taurus, for example. We have to find a way to create something to guide these missiles, or we don't know actually, but we are trying our best, as I say. More things that will come in the future, I don't know, maybe we work in an EFM to create a dual cockpit, a two-seater. We don't know, maybe. It's a project, and more things that we want to work in this mod. But after the 1st of January, we are not going to hurry with this mod, right? We don't need to run. Aviation Gaming, you said has he released the core sound yet? Yes, it has. But the Hero Eurofighter will take a long time, as I said, yeah. You guys are amazing. Thank you, Bwin. Aviation Gaming, yeah, Casilbro will release the A6 intruder before it pulls, of course. Yeah, the Eurofighter of True will take at least 2 years, I can tell you. Okay, right now we have the complete startup of the aircraft. Let's take our generators, the mount. Here, either altitude. Here you can check the fuel flow. Let's turn on the lights in mode 2 and the formation lights. And now everything is ready to go. Release the parking brake. Will there be training missions, quick missions, or even campaigns? Well, training missions, we don't know how to create missions like the training missions from the default DCS, with these highlight buttons, with this orange box. We don't know how to create this. But as I said, we are launching this mod with a manual and videos talking about the procedures and tutorials of this aircraft. Sorry, I actually don't have a ruler. But yes, we will try to create quick missions, such as pre-flight or air-to-ground training, air-to-air training, METEOR training, dogfight missions. And maybe I would like to create a campaign based in the actual conflict of the Baltic Air Police mission of the NATO, because in this mission have been working all the Eurofighters, from the RAF to the Luftwaffe, the Italian Air Force, and the Spanish Air Force. Is it auto-trim? No. Actually, you have to trim the plane. This is not realistic, we know. but you can trim the plane. But we are working. Sorry, I say a lot of but. We are working on a custom fly-by-wire system. We already have one. It's not quite working. Well, it works, but it's not the best fly-by-wire. Will it have the AIM-132? As I said before, yes, we have the AIM-132 ASNWER. Mhm. Actually, I can show you here all the weapons that we have. So yeah, on the mirrors. Are you planning mouse and keyboard? I'm no. I have my joysticks. I have my my Master, my Warthog, but I have my fuel setup in the university because I'm actually studying aerospace engineering, and for Christmas I'm at home and I only have the PC and the flight stick and the OTAS. I don't have the rudder pedals. So in the ground I'm using the keyboard. Yes, it's not the best option, but it's what I have actually. As you can see, our custom who had the custom only we have the custom HUD in nav mode. The other, as I said, we are using the Sukhoi 30C avionics because we can't create a custom radar. Does the JDAM work? No. It everything that you had seen in the list works in CCIP or CCRP. For example, they won't be able to rearm, but I will try. Uh, No, they can't rearm me. Well, you can imagine this only works with CCIP or CCRP, like a mm, like a normal bomb, let's say. Here you can see the speed and the status of the aircraft. From what squadron is that delivery? From the 11, el ala 11. Can you jettison the fuel tanks in flight? Yes, of course. There you have. It's a custom button, but will be in the future in the jettison in the button in cockpit. There's a lot of details in this aircraft. Don't let's don't talk about this thing. It's a reference for us, for the developers, a bad joke. But for example, a lot of animations that are being that are in the aircraft. For example, if I go supersonic, here we have the map. You can see that air intakes closes, and we go, and they open again. More things that I can show you, or you will find in the aircraft. Well, a lot of things are functional, as I said, not just the left and right panel. Here we have the modes, selectors, the air to ground mode, these kind of things. So that's all for today. If you don't have any question, I will land and close the stream. I give you 5 more minutes. How big is the mod in gigabytes? Is 0.7 gigabytes, 700 megabytes. Yeah, 700 megabytes. What? Why will the intake close? Well, this is a real thing of the Eurofighter. The intake closed to change the way that the shock wave enters the intake, so the air get in more compressed. You know that the engine have a compressor that compress the air. So when you have a shock wave, when you are going supersonic, you create a shock wave, and this shock wave, sorry, compress the air, and your fighter use this intake to get this compressed air by the shock wave into the engine, and it's better for the engine. Let's say this. Thanks for your hard work as always. Thanks all of you for your support. We had a lot of people that have been here for maybe a year, asking us about the development of the aircraft, etc., etc. There are more details in the aircraft that you could find for yourself. There are Easter eggs. There are real details, the slats, and a lot of people also. This is a good question. A lot of people have been asking or saying that the canards are working bad. They are inverted. Well, they think that by pulling the stick, the canard should go up. This is not how a canard works. A canard is not like a tail of an aircraft. Can it air to air refueling? Yes, of course. We have a video and a stream where at the end we crash, but here you can see the proof. The fuel proof. Yes, it can air to air refuel. Well, that's it for today. If you don't have any more questions, thanks all of you for being here. Thanks for your support as always. Before the release, we have only the launch trailer that we want to be epic, and I will create a video of 10 things like you should know about this mod based on this stream, because I know that a lot of you have been here, but more people will come and will ask the same question if it needs running Cliff 3 to works, it can air to refuel, etc, etc. So as I said, thanks all of you for being here. It was a pleasure. Happy holidays. And well, I won't see you until the next year. Is any way to support the development, like donations? I appreciate that. In the release, we will create buy me a coffee. That is like it's a donation system. We actually have been working this a lot of time, but we don't want to earn money with that. So we can, if you donate something to us, we will be completely thankful. Can we provide libraries for you? Absolutely, yes. But after the release, we will release this, and you will have access to the